for joint practices, a couple days off, and then the intensity ramps up a little bit?
All right, take it day by day, whatever challenges may come.
You enjoyed joint practices and maybe just the change of pace that it brings at this time of year?
Yeah, new opponents. You get a little taste of the preseason games, and which is a little taste of regular season. So just elevating.
When we talked to Dan a couple weeks ago, he said really excited to bring you back, and he said it was the right move for both sides. So why was it the right move for you to come back here?
There's a lot of love here. There's a lot of love. It's nice not having to learn a whole new offense, and just trying to integrate myself back into the scheme, into the flow of things. So definitely glad to be back here.
What's it like to get that done, get signed and get that behind you, just get playing ball?
One more time?
What kind of relief is that to have your contract behind you?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's all about football, you know. Obviously, there's a business side to it. But I'm really here to just come out here and create and have fun and be a part of something. So that's definitely the best part.
Coming back after handling the kick returns last year, what's your take on kind of like the new rules going around with the kick returns and the fair catch and all that?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think there's very little situations where it's not in the end zone and I'm not going to return it. But, you know, to each their own. But I don't think it's going to change too much of how we attack that part of the game.
Is that kind of the mentality in special teams? Is that something Dave is preaches? Like, if we got a chance, we're going to take it?
Oh, yeah, definitely. We're always prepared and waiting for that opportunity. You know, some games you get a few, some games you don't get any. So, you know, you prepare the whole week just for that one opportunity. So if it comes, we're definitely going to try and take advantage of it.
What's it like to return a kickoff? What's that like?
It's a rush. I mean, it's a rush. It's an adrenaline rush, especially if it's starting the game. You know, you potentially are the first person to touch the ball, really get the party started. So it's fun, man. I love it.
What do you think about being back in this offense with Ben Johnson? You mentioned the continuity a little bit.
Yeah.
How big of a part of it is that as well, the offensive coordinator?
I think it's huge. You know, obviously a lot of the players from last year are back. So I think we have a flow already. Now I feel like it's elevating that. So it's just like we're trying to take that next step. So we got to come out here every day. And it's not like we're trying to learn the minutia of every play, but we're really trying to learn, like, okay, how can we counter every attack that they could possibly bring to us with this play? So it's fun. It's more challenging, you know, on the day-to-day. There's definitely more of a perfection-based mindset as opposed to, okay, we're just trying to get it right. So, you know, that's definitely something to look forward to.
What differences you seeing with David and Jameer in and Jamal and DeAndre out? That's one area that has changed on the offense.
Yeah, definitely different. I mean, every year pretty much a room's going to be a little bit different. They bring a different type of personality into the room. But, you know, I think I bring a different personality into the room too. So it's kind of just we're figuring out how to mesh all of our games, support each other, because it's really about all of us, whoever's on the field, putting the best product out for yourself and for the team.
In that same vein, you also got a new running back coach in there.
Yeah.
How is just like going to work day to day different now than it was maybe under Deuce Staley?
I mean, I've had 4 or 5 different running back coaches at this point, so every year you kind of almost expect to have a different vibe. But I think he's fitting really seamlessly with the offense and in the running back room. So I think, you know, at this point in the preseason, I think we're at a really good level right now.
Can I just ask you one other thing about
Sure.
returning a kickoff? You had a head coach here years ago who was also a special teams coach, and he said playing on the kickoff is man's greatest test of athletic courage.
Oof. Tell me about it. No, definitely. Guys are flying around out there, and that's what's fun, at least on a kick return. You know, there's so much chaos, and it's just finding the flow within that. So, I mean, that's why I love the play.
When you break through, what's that like?
Oh, it's adrenaline rush, man. It's a rush. That's why we do this. That's why we do it.
Got joint practices coming up after a couple weeks, going against your teammates. What are you looking forward to about just changing it up this time of year?
Yeah, it's exciting to get another team in here, go against someone other than ourselves. It's always nice to kind of break up camp a bit and go against an opponent. So looking forward to getting some new faces in here and seeing how we click as an offense.
Has there been any moments maybe in past years where you've kind of, I don't want to say put something together, but learned something from those joint practices that maybe you weren't figuring out in your home team practices?
Yeah, I mean, just like every day you pick up on new stuff, the more experience you get. So having a new team come in, new defense is always beneficial. Just like last year when we were in Indianapolis, every day you pick up on something else going up against a new face. So looking forward to that.
Steve Iden, first year. Just curious, like, is there any type of philosophical difference or day-to-day work difference when you get a new position coach like Steve?
No, I'd say the great thing about Steve is you can tell he fits right in with Coach Campbell and Coach Johnson and exactly what we're trying to do with the offense. He's been extremely helpful to us so far. I love working with him, and I'm really excited about going through this season with him.
And then coming into this season, kind of what was your goal for improving over the offseason? What did you want to be able to show when you got back out here?
Yeah, I just want to take my game to the next level. Just continue to increase my role in the offense and just improve every day. Come out here and compete and improve. That's my job.
It's got to be like the youngest room on the team. Do you feel like the veteran of the room?
I guess it kind of seems like that. We're young, but we all work really well together, and I love the way our group feeds off of each other. So, I'm still young. I'm still 24, but so I wouldn't say I feel like an old head or anything like that. But we have an awesome group, and they're a lot of fun to work with.
What have you seen from James Mitchell now that he's kind of got the injury fully behind him and can be kind of a full participant out there?
Yeah, he's looking great. He's really taking his game to the next level. I love watching the way he's working every day. He's getting a ton of improvement, and I'm excited to see how he does this season.
I have to ask obviously about Sam too.
Mm-hmm.
Does he look like he's in for a big year?
Sam's a stud. Yeah, I think he's going to be fun to watch. He's a great player and adds a lot to our offense. So really good to have him with us.
And all that, where do you see your specific role with this team and what you bring to the room?
Just for me, it's always been point of attack blocking. Just usual wide tight end, get in there, get dirty, and then make the plays in the pass game when I need to.
We've heard so many guys talk about the continuity of having Ben Johnson here and just how good it is. Where does that show itself the most within the tight end rooms, that extra year in the system and stuff?
Oh, it's great. It's always nice coming in and with an offense that you're familiar with, and then also adding to it. It's good to kind of build off of what we had towards the end of last year and continue to take steps every day to improve in those areas.
Is there anything that the tight end group as a whole is working on, improving on, or just wants to kind of be known for from an identity standpoint? Or
It just comes down to technique every single day. This is the time of year where we're drilling that, an individual with Coach Hayden, and then carrying that over into team periods. So it's just all the little things, and then playing together well as a whole offense and unit.
I think he was one of the best PFF blockers of his era. I mean, has that shown itself to you at all? Have you picked up on any tricks of the trade?
Oh yeah, have you put on any of his tape?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was a beast. So I'd love to see him throw some pads on and get out there, see if he still has it. But yeah, we're picking up a ton from him. It's been fun.
What was your reaction to hearing season tickets got sold out? How big of a boost is that going to be for you guys at home games?
I haven't heard that yet, but that's awesome. Every time you get in there and it's a packed crowd, it's so excited, so fun to be a part of. So definitely looking forward to that. It's going to be fun.
What's it been like working under Tanner Engstrand these last couple of years? Now he was the tight ends coordinator, now he's the passing game coordinator. What's that been like for you?
It's great. Tanner is so smart. Just his overall understanding of offensive scheme and kind of exposing defenses, recognizing coverages, defensive fronts, and stuff like that. He's a wizard at that stuff, so it's great to learn from him, and he's a huge benefit to our offense.
Does he and Coach Johnson, do they let you guys in, or like pull the curtain back a little bit, how they're thinking ahead some of these schemes or even trick plays that they've run to set you guys up for some of these big moments like the New York Jets game where you had that?
Yeah, definitely. That's huge for every offense and every player on the offense to understand is why we're doing what we do. So having coaches like that, that's their job to communicate to us, why we're doing what we do. And when everyone's on the same page, you can see that we have good results with that. Yeah, of course.
Any more guys? Awesome. Thanks.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep, y'all have a good one.
couple days off for joint practices. You looking forward to that, kind of changing it up, getting a new team in here?
Yeah, instead of beating up on each other, we're excited to bring the Giants in here and hit some pads with some other guys that we don't know. So, yeah, we're looking forward to it.
What are the advantages of just changing up the competition like that, getting some new looks in and things like that?
Yeah, you start to get familiar with your own players, especially if you're here for a couple of years with the same guys. You know what their tendencies are, so you start playing to those tendencies. And so you bring in some fresh guys that play the game a little bit differently. It gives you have to study the film and change your game a little bit, so it makes it more like the season. So
can that, nothing's like game speed, but can that kind of replicate football speed a little bit? I know a lot of the starters that might be their football conditioning rather than preseason.
Yeah, for sure. We did the joint practice with Indianapolis last year. It's just a step more intense. It's just a little bit more intense, so it's another step closer to a game-like situation. So yeah.
What do the young guys need to know going into that, like the do's and don'ts that you would kind of give them? Like,
yeah, I guess just don't be starstruck by the moment. I mean, it's going to feel a little different, a little bit more excitement. You have another team in, everybody's excited about the situation. Guys might be coming in early, getting taped a little early. That can create some nerves with the young guys, so it's just stick to your routine, be yourself, and come out and play hard. That's it.
how are you feeling different than this time last year? You know, you were fighting for your life last year. Not that that changes this year, but like you're back for another run. Like, how much more comfortable are you here? And does this like feel like?
Yeah. I'd say just every year you get a little bit more confident. And so going into year 5, I feel like I'm hitting my stride. So the confidence is at an all-time high, and so I feel like I'm playing my best ball. So I'm more confident going into joint practice, more confident going into the next season.
When you say your best ball, where does that show up? Just particularly, what part of your game?
I'd say just like any kind of hesitation. When you don't play confident, you know, you're going to have a little split second of indecision. You know, and so when you're playing confident, you're just going and you're in full stride. So you're hitting your moves in full stride. You're not second guessing yourself, and you're making your plays that you should make. So.
Cool. What do you like about working with John Scott? You know, new defensive line coach in there. Obviously, a bunch of young guys. I'm sure it's an interesting work.
Yeah. He brings a young energy to the room. He's running all over the field. He's yelling all over the field, and then we have all the young guys. So it's a lot of young energy in there. So every day is exciting that way. There's some juice in the room, and guys are motivated every day. Everybody's hungry, so it just makes it that much more fun.
Speaking of young guys, you've got a lot up front. You know, second-year guys, third-year guys,
Yep.
old guys in your fourth year. What's that like to have that many talented young guys up front?
Like I said, it's just like a hunger. It's just an overall hunger in the room. You don't have guys that are all 9 and 10-year guys that have already made their hit their peak and hit their stride, and they're just playing football now. You know, these are guys that are trying to get to their best football, and so they're pushing full gas pedal. You know, they're trying to hit their stride. So it's just that hunger in the room, the general hunger in the whole room.
One of those guys, Josh Pascal, kind of has a similar role to you on this defense. So what have you seen from his growth from year 1 to year 2 so far?
Biggest thing is confidence. I think any guy you look at as they go on from year 1 to year 2 to year 3, it's just confidence. And so Josh is coming back confident, and he doesn't have that hesitation in his game. He's getting off blocks violently. He's hitting his pass rush moves violently. He's getting to the ball violently. There's no indecision. So I just see he's just playing faster, stronger. Obviously got stronger in the offseason, faster, more skilled, and then that confidence is the biggest thing I'm seeing.
He's also put an injury behind him. What's that like to know that you're healthy? You're not favoring something.
Yeah, I think that was tough for him. Yeah, he's not his full self, and you know, you're coming to the NFL, you're already trying to figure it out, and then you have a limp leg on top of it. It was hard for him to find his groove last year, so he took a whole year to rehab that thing, get that thing strong, and you can see it this year. He's coming around, he's flying around, making plays, and looks like a whole different football player. So.
What do you make of the depth on that defensive line? Do you think you'll be able to do anything this year that maybe wasn't possible last year just because of the personnel that you have?
Yeah, I definitely think that our second team is just as strong as the first team. So you know, there can be some rotational pieces. We can run a couple different personnels, get everybody moving. Everybody can have a role on this team. We're going to have fresh legs on the field more. So I think there's just a lot more options. Yep.